I think my love language might actually be blowjob. So do not get blackpilled and or meat out because of the things that are happening in the world. That is a cop-out and that is a failure. Do not be one of those guys. Even this man, even fucking Elon Musk, the fucking richest man on planet, literally was after a girl that's one of the most vile human beings on planet Earth because he did not have game and also no understanding of female psychology and biology and shit like that. There is no the one. Dream girls aren't born. Dream girls are made. And they're made by somebody like you. Stop being a nice guy pushover because you have to speak about what you fucking believe. And if you don't, nobody will respect you. People will either like you or dislike you. And it is not your job or your responsibility to be liked by everyone. Women do not respect you just because you agree with them. Women respect you when you have your own goddamn opinion and you can stand for it. Stop taking up on broken people, broken women, broken friends, broken projects. Okay, it is not your responsibility to fix other people's broken shit. Everybody's life is their own responsibility. Don't do that to yourself. You deserve better than that. You will never feel abundant despite seeing 10,000 profiles. If anything, you're going to feel far more scarce because you're locking yourself behind algorithms and money pay. You won't be able to play the dating game. The dating game online is pay to play to win. All right. Today's video is why Indian men suffer in dating and relationships. Why you should not settle in your dating life. And basically, every single red flag that Akaash Singh skipped over in the whole dating phase, etc., with his wife. So there's going to be a lot of topics, and I'll just cover through a little bit of them at the start, which is the issue or the problem with exchanging status for love. Stop thinking that there's A1 or D1 or something. I'm going to explain to you the concept of what a dream girl is. Stop being a nice guy and or a pushover, because I think people just seem to confuse nice guys with being pushovers. So we'll get into that. Stop simping for the new age empowered feminists. These women, they're the ones that you keep watching on the fucking online dating apps saying blah, 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 feminist. Stop taking up on broken women. Be responsible to yourself and stop taking up on broken women. Learn to understand first and then cultivate the abundance mindset. Like, what does that even mean? And then finally, broaden your horizons just in terms of experience and maybe date outside of your race as well. And of course, I'm speaking to Indian guys per se because I'm an Indian man, but let's be extremely honest. This was one of the videos that I made in my Indian Man's Guide to Life that you already watched before. So we'll go upon that in a little bit more depth here. My whole point here really is simply every single issue / red flag / boundary that could have, everything that was already known beforehand, before this dude ever decided to put a ring on her finger. Akaash Singh ever decided to put a ring on her finger. And everything that we can learn from the whole Akaash Singh and his wife's controversy and shit. The goal here is to not make it dramatic. Of course, this has nothing to do with him. These are just the topics and stuff that the world now sees and he has brought up because of his fiasco in his real life. And we're going to go into that kind of stuff. Now, for those of you guys that don't know me, or this is the first video that you ever watched from me or something, I'm just going to really, really quickly introduce myself. This page I'm going to show you is, I checked it, it is 84, it's an 84 page long PDF that I've sat down to create by myself. It's my landing page here. I don't know if you can see this, but this is basically my 3-year life transformation. So very clearly, I'm speaking to you from experience. These are all the clients and stuff that I've helped with respect to their body transformations and stuff. And this is my own body transformation and shit that I've shown here. And this is my dating life transformation where you can actually see me go out there into the real world and cold approach women and stuff. So this isn't some, armchair expert, idiot donkey sitting behind and opening up the theory of the red pill. I'm literally talking to you from my real world experience. I am currently in a very happy relationship with an amazing woman that I have found through cold approach. The irony of that is, at this exact point in time, we are actually fighting like in a little tiny little argument shit. But the funny thing is, despite the fact that we're in like a tiny little argument like any human being does have, I can legitimately tell you that I'm in an amazing relationship with an amazing woman. And I do wish for you guys to take, what's the word or something that says, take a page from my notebook or some shit like that and try this for yourself, because I do wish that you guys get to experience stuff like this in real life. In fact, okay, so before we actually get into warming up and stuff, one of the first things I want you guys to kind of like think about or know or whatever is that please do not be scared off of the concept of love and women and dating and stuff because of women like, Jasleen Singh or something existing. Just believe really and truly in the concept of love, because otherwise you will never find it. And also, in my opinion, and this is a hippy-dippy spiritual thing, but most of life, etc., is not worth it. All the money in the world is not worth it. All the physique and the gains in the world are not worth it. Basically, nothing really is worth it if you have no one to share your life with and share experiences and stuff with and create memories. So do not get blackpilled and or migged out because of the things that are happening in the world. That is a cop-out and that is a failure. Do not be one of those guys. So, okay, so let's get into it. Today is leg day. I'll actually be a little bit real with you guys. I haven't trained in the past week. Funnily enough, if anything, I've actually been drinking for the whole past week and eating completely shit. And I feel very guilty. And you're going to notice the fact that the shirt and stuff is actually not tightly hugging my body or some shit anymore. So you guys are going to see in real time as I get a pump going on right now. What else? Yeah, I've been drinking for the past week. I've had a really topsy-turvy past 2-3 months. Like when I say really topsy-turvy, like it's insane. The one part of it, is the YouTube channel going down, but I've had really crazy shit happening in the past 2 months. That's not an excuse or anything. I'm not saying that you should or, turn to alcohol or any drug or something like that. But it is real life, and I did do that or something. So quitting once again and restarting once again is basically where I'm at right now. So I'm actually, funnily enough, not going to be going too hard in the gym because I'm just coming back from like a very long break. So we'll see what happens. So I don't think I've lost a lot. Let's see. Whew. Still a little bit there. Still have a little of my quads left. Tiny little bit of my muscle left. So, like I said, we're training legs. This video is not going to be edited because I literally do not have the time in my life to edit anything at this point. So what you guys can do is very easily and clearly skip the videos and move to the parts where you see the audio and stuff. And the good thing is obviously I have my microphone working, so you can always hear me. So that's some fun stuff. This is the first time I'm going to show you guys how I warm up, which is basically using a foam roller. Oh, Jesus. The one part of my body that gets super duper tight is actually my traps. Oh, so I literally just crunch into them. The thing with foam rolling is we're supposed to try and relax. Obviously, this shit hurts like a motherfucker right now. Ow. So, I start off with the back. And next thing I'm going to do is basically my glute. But I'm not going to walk you through foam rolling. Let's actually walk you through the first step. Okay. All right. So why do Indian men suffer in dating and relationships? But I think the very first thing, honestly, is the fact that I brought this up in a joke a couple of times, to be honest, but when I used to study at MIT Manipal in Karnataka and I finished computer science engineering, there was this professor who asked this kid, why are you not paying attention in class, and why are you here, why are you wasting your parents' money, blah, 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 blah. And this guy actually very confidently said, oh, because he was Bihari, so he said it in the Bihari accent and said, "Arey, humka is ladki ka haath chahta hai," some shit like that. Which is fucking hilarious, because what that basically translates into is, he said, oh, the reason I'm here is not even for myself. It's because this girl's hand in marriage, I want this girl's hand in marriage, and her father has said he's only going to marry her off to a computer science engineer or some shit like that. So this dude decided to waste, whatever the right word would be, 4 years of his life into an engineering degree, which he didn't want to do, but he just had to do to get the certificate, to get this girl's hand in marriage. This dude had to be obviously my age, 18, 19. He wasn't older than that. So I don't know how long these motherfuckers had known each other that he thought this girl was the one or some shit that he had to do this for or with. What else? Oh. So yeah, so I don't know how he thought this girl was the one for him, that he's gonna sacrifice his parents' money and 4 years of his life to get married to this girl or some shit. But yeah, so that was the start of an idea or the concept of like how guys. By the way, Todd B, the dating coach, I absolutely love that guy. I love Todd B more than any other dating coach per se, simply because of his intellectual abilities and understanding and explanations and stuff that he gives. And the reason, one of the things that he said was, guys do all kinds of stupid, crazy shit in order to get women, which is they will become engineers and doctors and lawyers and celebrities and whatever the fuck else. And they will not waste, but like invest, consume, put in 10, 12, 15 years of their lives and money and take on debt and everything in order to become this person that they consider is good enough to get a woman or to woo a woman. What am I trying to say here? To become a doctor or some shit, you have to invest at least 8 to 10 years of your life in your practice or something to become anybody. And by then, you're so deep in debt already. And then obviously your scheduling and everything is crazy that you cannot even enjoy your dating life or personal life or some shit. But people do that so that they have enough money and a decent car and a house and all that shit, because they're hoping or expecting that the girl's gonna want to marry me because I'm a doctor. So guys do this shit all the time. And Todd B kind of figured out how fucking stupid that is, because I can just walk up to and talk to 10, 15, 20 girls every single day for the rest of my life. Well, let's say even if he does it for 1 year straight, compared with the shortest degree that you know of. And shortest degree, let's say, I don't know, say 65 days or something. So he works for 365 days in a year and talks to 20 girls a day. That's over 7,500 women. I would assume, being the ugliest motherfucker alive too, if you talk to 7,500 women, I would hope to God you would have at least 100 dates. Out of 100 dates, and these are all women that you want to talk to, by the way. That's the best part. This isn't like people have matched you, the algorithms have matched you, or some dumb shit like that. You walk through 7,500 women that you wanted to talk to. So out of these, even if you had only 100 dates, and out of those 100 dates, you found only 10 girls that were like really worth it, then in 1 year, you found 10 girls that are really worth long-term partnerships or something in 1 year, as opposed to this dude spending however many years of his life and all that kind of shit in order to try and find a good partner. So that's the number one thing, is like, in India, we've had such a focus in terms of money and career and all that shit. Okay, am I done here? That's done. Oh yeah, such a focus on all that shit in terms of money and career and becoming this safety net. And even all the Indian matrimony, that's why I made fun of that, because I find it hilarious. I find the Indian matchmaking show, they made it hilarious on purpose, by the way. They literally made it hilarious to show off the worst of the worst cartoon characters. That's why they make those shows. So they will show the worst of the worst cartoon characters in Indian matchmaking. Idiots, absolute idiots. But this guy's mother is going, I know what kind of girl Akshay likes, or Akaash likes, or Akshay, I think. I know what kind of girl Akshay likes. He wants this kind of girl. He wants that kind of girl. He wants that kind of girl. His mom, on fucking national TV and shit, is saying he likes this kind of girl, this kind of girl, this kind of girl. Oh, someone that also does this and helps with the house and the cooking and the cleaning and all this nonsense. And Akshay, or whoever the fuck that guy is literally sitting there on the side with his mouth shut. And she's flexing the sarees that the girl's gonna get and all kinds of prestige the girl's gonna get and the status the girl's gonna get and all that shit. So this is just a thing in Indian culture where we lead with status and security. And it makes sense, third world country, blah, 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 you want security, all that shit. So, it makes sense that they lead with their security and shit. Third world country and all that nonsense, right? But anyways, like I explained the example of Todd, we just in one simple second explaining why would you do all of that stuff and waste your time and money and your parents' time and money and effort and all that shit, when if you just wanted girls, all you need to do is walk out of your fucking house and start talking to girls. Now, just so you know, by the way, even when I got into MIT Manipal for engineering, I did not, as a matter of fact, it was not my priority whether engineering from MIT is going to get me a better job or not. That's the funniest part. I don't know if my parents know this or don't know this, but all of my friends and I, every single one of us was simply discussing kaun se college ki ladkiyan achhi dikhti hain. Where do I get the maximum number of girls? Which college? And it was between VIT, Vellore Institute of Technology, in the middle of some suicidal fucking area that people really wanted to kill themselves when they went there. So there versus MIT Manipal versus some other place or some other shit. And the funny thing is, me, my best friend, and all my other classmates were discussing which place do we go that we're going to find girls. Not which place do we go so we can become better engineers and pass out as engineers. But no, which place should we go that we're going to have the prettiest girls or some shit. Maximum access to the girls. And this I'm talking when I have to be 17 or 18 years old. So I wasn't even some fucking, 17 or 18 years old. So it's very important to understand the value and the importance of trying to find your right partner and how do you choose it. Because even as a 17, 18-year-old idiot, myself, back then, I was looking at engineering colleges as the best place to find girls. Okay, I'm not going to tangent the story, but I ended up going also to the college because my then girlfriend was also going to that college. So that was another major reason why going there. And the college was also not bad. So the college was like down here. It was like, where do I find the best girls? Oh, my girl's going there, my current girlfriend. And then, okay, cool, engineering is also cool there. So trying to exchange status and engineering degrees for love. Oh yeah, so now, well, actually let's bring in from below. There's another point in the future. But I keep giving the examples of, okay, I'm not going to be here, I'm going to walk around, but you hear these examples, I've mentioned these examples before, where, even fucking Elon Musk, the motherfucking richest man on planet Earth, also was after Amber Heard, who's an absolute donkey of a human being, absolute vile, filthy human, filthy, vile woman that we've all realized when she got exposed in the whole Amber Heard Johnny Depp case. And even somebody who's considered to be one of the smartest men on planet Earth, and who is literally the richest man on planet Earth, even this man literally was after a girl that's one of the most vile human beings on planet Earth because he did not have game and also no understanding of female psychology and biology and shit like that. And in his case, at least Amber Heard is a really good-looking woman. So in the case of Akaash Singh, that girl is one of the most ugliest, filthiest, fucking disgusting things to have a heartbeat, to be extremely honest. So, okay, yeah, but Elon Musk, you get that. With Johnny Depp, you get that. But there's this other guy, Rich Piana. I think you guys might know him, might not know him, but I used to love Rich Piana, actually. Rich Piana was, rest in peace, I love that guy, actually. But Rich Piana was this guy who came into the bodybuilding industry as like just like a sponsored athlete or something after his career ended and became the most popular face in all of bodybuilding, taking past every competitor, every athlete, every Olympia, everyone. Like everybody only wanted to go to the expos to meet Rich Piana because of how much they loved him, how entertaining he was, how real he was, etc., etc. By the way, he was rich as fuck, and he was rich as fuck, very successful. I'm not gonna say good looking, but like not bad looking because he looked like a human blimp, human balloon. So he was very successful, had all kinds of real estate, all kinds of money, had a lot of muscle, not attractive to me, but like attractive to them, I guess. So very, very good looking in his case, I guess. Who else or what else? What else is there? But yeah, even he ended up with this woman, whatever her name was, Sarah Piana, I think, I'm not sure. But the one that was like gaming him like crazy. Okay, I might pause. No, I'm not going to pause that. I'll just walk with you guys. So yeah, so this woman was gaming. Oh, no, sorry. I gotta do I'll show you this thing. I really like this one actually. So there's nothing complex about this, but I really like to hang. But yeah, what was on point there? Oh yeah, even he suffered the same thing. I have miserable partners. Miserable partners. So this is this thing that I wanted to kind of like just show you time and time again with examples after examples after examples. Is that no matter how much status you get, and how much fame you get, and how much money you get, and how many cards you get, and how many whatever Olympias you get or some shit, if you don't handle this part of your life, it's just entirely different. Male, females, relationships, happy relationships, having someone that loves and respects you and adores you and all that shit is just an entirely different game. And you never want to enter that game with something that literally starts, with this person wants to be with me because my status is this high and I can offer this. And again, this should be common sense, but clearly it isn't, right? My father said this like 1,000 times, but common sense is not common. So if the only difference between you versus somebody else is that I can buy us first class airplane tickets, whatever was that business class tickets, and this other person can buy her only economy tickets. If that's the only thing that you have going for you, then you're a dumbass and you're ultra fucked, because there's some other dude out there who can literally buy her own plane, and there's another one that can buy her own private jet, and there's another one that can buy her own yacht or whatever. And by the way, her DMs are full of guys that can do all of this kind of shit. So to start off and to expect that the only way that a woman's gonna love you, respect you, care for you, or any of these kinds of things is because of what you can buy or afford her, then I'm sorry, but you're a fucking retard. Again, it comes down to like basic common sense shit, but you know, common sense is clearly not that common. So, all right, let's see. So, trying to exchange status and engineering degrees for love. Oh yeah. So let's get into this part where I mentioned this before. If you guys were on my old YouTube channel, I actually did a whole MTV Cribs for my old YouTube channel where I kind of walked you guys through my house. And this is not a joke. This was in the podcast with Scotty too, where if I did this, you could touch the sides and the corners of my house. And if I did this, I could touch the corners of my house. I'm also 6'1". So it makes sense that, you know, I was also taller and had that wingspan, but literally that was how small my room was. And I was paying 450 Canadian per month for that room. So when I was doing cold approach and when I found my girlfriend, and when I started courting her and dating her, that $450 room was the room in which I had started courting and dating her. And the first day that I got her back was in that $450 square room. And of course, she's not the only girl that I've cold approached, and all the other girls that I also cold approached back then and dated and all that kind of shit. And there's a lot. Every single one of them, I got them back into that same little $450 square little fucking matchbox of a room. So the point is, if I can do it being the lowest sexual market value Indian male in the West, yada, 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 in a $450 square foot apartment, just doing enough approaches, then I'm pretty sure most of you guys that probably have more than me can also do it. So that kind of shows you the difference on whether somebody wants to be with you or not, and how much the room that you live in or some shit makes a difference. Now, my place was very clean and very organized and very well maintained and shit, because, you know, I'm an engineer and I'm a very clean, organized kind of sort of person. So like when you walk into my room, it was like, damn, bam. It's like so well maintained and organized and shit. So that, you know, it gives you like an insight into the person's brain. But I did not have to flex my car, or I definitely didn't have a house. So fuck that. I wasn't making any fucking impressive amounts of money. So it's not like I could flex any kind of money or some shit, because I wasn't making any impressive amounts of something. So again, try to stop exchanging status and engineering degrees for love. And how I courted my girl, the greatest girl that I've met so far, in a $450 square foot apartment. Okay, so one of the things we're going to do in terms of warming up is we are going to, I'm going to warm up So the way that I warm up, I've mentioned this before, is I go mountain dogs, methods of doing mountain dogs. Is this something off here? What is this fucking exercise? Excuse me? What the fuck is this fucking workout? That's not me. Oh my God, I don't want to change my fucking workout now. But anyways, I guess I'll figure it out. I guess I'll have to go home and do it after. Fuck it, whatever, bro. But anyways, yeah, so I warm up doing some hamstring stuff in order to warm up the hamstrings. And I'll warm up doing some hack squats because that's the one thing that I'm going to destroy myself on. And then we'll move into the actual working rate. So, oh boy.
So the way that I even do these things is I don't, this is obviously very, very lightweight. And like I mentioned before, I haven't trained last week and I have so much alcohol and shitty food in my system right now that I don't want to push too hard. I'm not going to try and hit the same PRs or something that I had before. I'm going to start RP 8 or something. I'm going to go very lighter, comparatively lighter on the hack squats. This is just the first week back, so I'm not going to try and crush anything at all. So my whole point here is to go really, really light, at least at the start, and get some blood flow going. And once I have enough blood flow going, then we'll move up. We'll move into the hack squats and go from there. Okay, so what was the first point? The first point was the whole status thing, right? That's the number one mistake I think all nice guys make and Indian guys make, especially more because they come from this whole thing where status is supposed to guarantee security for a woman because of a third world country. And therefore, we try and lead with status. And leading with status basically means that the woman never likes you, never gets to know you for you and falls in love with you for you. She will commit to you first for the status or something. Oh, the last part about the status thing actually is so important is all these idiots today on the online dating profiles and the AI dating profiles and all the shit, which I've done, by the way, they all lead with status because they all want to be fucking sitting or standing in front of their fucking Bugatti. So you're literally leading with what you can offer the woman compared to somebody else. Like, I have this Bugatti and I have this thing and I have that thing. And then you're upset or angry or shocked when she wants money from you for your company and then she wants to divorce you and take 50% of what you fucking have. Well, okay. Stop thinking that there is the one. Funnily enough, this was something that I said on a podcast. On a group coaching call when I was a part of another group coaching call with Andy from Kill Your Inner Loser. And some other guy was talking about how he really enjoyed his time with this girl at this date, but they didn't fit perfectly with each other in the first date or the second date or something. And he was like, oh, she doesn't seem like the one. But what happened was he enjoyed most parts of the date, but there were certain things that they just didn't see eye to eye on at the start or some shit. And I remember saying this shit, even though I wasn't the coach. I was like, bro, is it okay if I share? And they said, yes. I said, brother, there is no the one. Dream girls aren't born. Dream girls are made. And they're made by somebody like you. And in this case, your dream girl is going to be made by you. Like, the woman will be shaped by you. You will find a woman with good enough raw materials, the whole green flags versus the red flags and all that shit, you know, having a healthy relationship with her father and brother and having healthy outsets in terms of marriage and money and respect for men and all that kind of other shit. Like, you will find a woman with good raw materials of someone that is not depressed and has mental health issues and always doubting you and always has trust issues. You'll find someone with green flags versus red flags. But after that, everything else has to be made brick by brick, with, you know, set up the whole fucking thing. Like, nothing comes pre-packaged with a bow wrapped on top of his head. I've mentioned this thing before as well. So even my girl, as I mentioned so many times before, did not want to cook or something before. She was always into cleaning because she's an OCD clean needs freak, but she didn't want to cook before. And like hundreds of other things. She wasn't into dogs before. She was scared of dogs before. She was scared of trying all kinds of new things, including just basic Indian food before, all kinds of different shit. Imagine dating a girl who says, oh, I don't eat Indian food. For me, that would be fucking weird. But all of these things are not deal breakers. You just slowly open different people up to different things. That's not just fucking something like Indian food, but also the fact that I value
being taken care of and nurtured and being fed, because that's what my mother did for me, and that's what I'm looking for someone for myself too. So all of that other stuff is extra, and then that comes over time. That's not something that happens by default from the start. Okay, so stop thinking there's a dream girl. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm gonna go and warm up on the hashtag survey. I'll be right back. Well, you guys can see me, but I'm gonna keep talking because that's what I do best, obviously. Dream girls aren't born, dream girls are made. What else is there? What else is there? Okay. Now, let me actually introduce this other concept. Like, some of you may know, some of you don't know. But again, on my other channel, I had this thing about oh Jesus. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. Let's not even go into my girl. I'll give you an example just generally where other guys have said the same thing too. So there's so many girls, like how, right? There's so many girls that if you really enjoy sex, which I do too, so many girls that are just bad at it. They're just bad at sex. And you don't just stop and or break up the relationship right there, because nobody learns to have sex when they're born. Their parents don't teach them. Generally their older siblings will teach them some things, but not everything, obviously. So how do you expect someone to be good at sex or to give you head, or you as a man going down on a girl or something, you're fucking shit at what you do? Like, obviously you are shit at what you do, obviously, because you have zero fucking experience. So imagine you went out on a date or something for the first time. And, you guys got into it and you just give her fucking horrible head and you're fucking horrible at sex, which every virgin guy is. Imagine the girl just fucking instantly dumped you, as opposed to being like, oh shit, you don't have much experience. Oh, okay, that's okay. Let's try it. What have you tried before? What have you seen before? What have you wanted to try before? Blah, 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 blah. And then over time, you fucking get good at sex. Like this, I don't know how many of you guys have thought this part too or not. But this used to be in some other podcast somewhere where I mentioned this, like, you don't get good at sex as a man by sleeping with 1,000 different women. You get good at sex by sleeping with the same woman 1,000 times, and not just vice versa. If you're gay, then with the same man. If you're a woman, then with the same guy. But basically, you get good by sleeping with the same person 1,000 times. So then you start trying new things. You figure out how you guys fit into each other, what kind of things a person likes, what do they dislike, blah, 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 blah. So I mentioned this before too. There's this big thing that people say in this whole red pill space, manosphere, blah, 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 about girls giving good head or not giving good head or some shit. Yes, bro, you teach her. You will teach her just like she will teach you different things. So there is no perfect girl per se that's already being made for you out there that knows your anatomy and your psychology and your philosophy and your culture and what's important to you, what's not important to you, and all these other kinds of different things. There's this concept about love languages, the 5 love languages or something, right? Touch, gifts, words of affirmation, spending quality time together, and I forget there's one more. I don't remember which one that is, but there's one more. But that's the truth though. If you are so compatible with each other in every single other way, cool. But this person only does not understand yet that your love language is, I don't know, fucking touch or something, and their love language is gifting or something. You have to know that about each other before you can make a big decision about ending the relationship. But instead of that, if you just sat down together and started chatting up and be like, hey, what makes you feel loved? What makes you feel connected? What can I do better in this relationship or something to make you feel more loved, supported, connected, etc.? And then you have a discussion and you're like, I love it when somebody recommends or blah, blah, blah. I love it when you hug me. I love it when you touch me. I love it when you kiss me. I love getting random gifts. Like my girl's love language is getting gifts, which I was completely against at the start. But I'm like, okay, cool. That makes sense. You like it. That's cool. My love language is not just touch. It's like hardcore fucking. I think my love language might actually be blowjobs. But you understand what I'm trying to say, right? There is no perfectly prepackaged woman out there. You have to work on finding the perfect woman, and you have to work together. Both of you have to work together to make the perfect
relationship, with the communicational skills, that word. I'm going to make another different guide and video on what are communication skills. But yes, there is no dream girls. You make the dream girl. That's on you. Okay. Stop being a nice guy. This is one of the biggest problems that I see with Indian guys, because in our culture, in Indian culture, we are raised to be submissive to authority. You know, koi bhi bada aa gaya, unearned respect. You give them unearned respect. To me, that is fucking stupid. Now, you give people the basic common sense, courtesy amount of respect, obviously, and I do that to anybody, any race, age, height. Bro, if you have a heartbeat, if you're a fucking dog, cat, a squirrel, I still give you respect, because that's just a thing to do, right? I mean, it's a little bit of a hippie spiritual thing, but you give everybody the basic courtesy and amounts of respect. But other than that, you don't give them undue respect, especially when they're saying stupid shit or they have stupid ideologies or some shit. If somebody's mouth opens up and they say the most retarded shit, like Akaash's wife does, like, my stupid husband, my fucking husband, I want to have a threesome with this guy. And she's going off about her body count. And she's going off like, oh, my money is my money and your money is my money. And she doesn't mean it as a fucking joke. Then why would you give her respect? That makes no fucking sense. People have to be worthy of the respect that you're giving them. Outside of basic common sense, decency, all that kind of respect. Oh boy. Holy fuck. Okay. So. Oh yeah. Now, because we are forced to be nice to our teachers and our professors and every fucking old person that's out there just because they're old, we fall into this stupid and on. Oh, the other thing with guys, Indian guys, is that again, in our culture, we are very mama's boys. So because we are such mama's boys, we literally cannot think a woman can do anything wrong. And that's fucking stupid. If somebody has free will, they can do dumb shit. Anybody can take a car and drive it over something or someone or some shit. People can do any kinds of shit. So there's this other really stupid, in my opinion, I wouldn't say submissive, but like stupid behavior where we just give undue respect to women because our mom is a woman and we fucking start off with that shit. So, oh, fuck off. All right. Oh, no, man. I got it. Oh, I thought that guy was taking my shot. My place. Okay, so anyway, so you can hear me, but you can't see me. So, I was going to use this one. So anyways, yeah. The undue respect thingy, right? Once that is done, what else is there? I keep forgetting this shit, bro. No, yeah, giving undue respect. Oh, yes. So then, people keep getting confused with being a nice guy versus being a doormat. I'm literally working with someone right now where he's working with me simply because every aspect of his life is suffering because he's way too much of a fucking nice guy to be able to hold for his own fucking boundaries and just say no. And being a nice guy, you can still be a gentleman. I think this was a discussion that I had with Scotty actually about being a gentleman. You can very much still be a gentleman, and I am. But if somebody crosses your boundaries, you can literally just tell them, hey, I'm not cool with that because you crossed my boundaries. So you don't have to be aggressive. You can just be very clear that, excuse me, that's a boundary of mine. So please don't pass it. And then two, if they still pass the boundary, you just leave. You don't need to fight someone either. Like, I know how to play Fox, and I know a little bit of Jiu-Jitsu. Not a lot, but I never, ever, ever, ever get into fights. And there's lots of reasons for that. But my point is, in order to not be a nice guy doesn't mean you have to be a bad person or an aggressive person or some dumb shit like that either. It just means you hold for your boundaries. So, to give you an example, the same approach that I've spoken about a couple of times. Me and my friend, I used to have this as a podcast, a little clip or something on my old channel as well. I went to this bar with my friend, and he quoted these two absolutely gorgeous bombshell-ass Pakistani MILFs, these two cougars. more gorgeous than most girls that you see anywhere around you with all the fucking fake tits and fake lips and bimbo things and BBLs and all kinds of shit. Gorgeous fucking women, right? And also, that's the other thing why I like older women is they have a little bit of intelligence. They have more empathy. They have maturity. They're not playing games. They can actually hold a goddamn conversation. So it was fun. So one of the things about not being a pushover nice guy is one of the things is where you don't stand for what you believe in either. So we were having this discussion, and I told she asked me, or they asked me, what do you do? I said, I'm a fitness and dating coach for brown guys. She's like, oh, okay, cool. How does that work? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, we somehow had this discussion about why it's so important for a guy to give his woman really, really good sex. Like, he has to smash her brains out. Like, he has to get her dick drawn. Because if you don't do that, the woman will almost never, ever submit to you. Like, a woman can never have respect for you if you do not smash her fucking brains out like an animal and take her there. So I said that, not knowing whether they would accept it, not knowing whether they would get angry, da, 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 da. Of course, they asked me, and I said exactly what I saw. And I don't think most other normal guys would ever say some shit like that. And it wasn't abrasive, it wasn't rude, it wasn't derogatory, it was nothing. It was just very factual, or my experience and my understanding of life is. And both of those two MILFs, they both looked at each other, and they kind of like did like, you know, something like, oh, he knows what he's talking about, sort of a thing. Long story short, I find out after that this one of them had basically never ever had really, sorry. She never had a really good sexual connection with one of her husbands, never ever, who she divorced with. Maybe she had or she hadn't had a really good sexual connection with the other guy, but the other guy never did things for her. Like, he would always make her feel bad or beneath her or something. Like, he would never go down on her, da 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 da, some shit like that. And then the current one that she was with was some other race. He was actually a German guy. And she said that my sexual connection with this guy is amazing. He makes me feel really, really feminine. He makes me feel really, really taken care of and all that kind of shit. So I was like, fuck, that's okay. So then we had that discussion. But the point with this the thing was, stop being a nice guy pushover, because you have to speak about what you fucking believe in. And if you don't, nobody will respect you. People will either like you or dislike you. And it is not your job or your responsibility to be liked by everyone and to be bothered with all that kind of shit. Your job is to just genuinely be you. That's it. Okay. This is a small one. Stop simping for the new age feminist empowered women. Now, I keep going to stop. Well, it was on chords or some shit. Okay, this is going to be a hard set. Let's see. Well, not that bad. Not bad. Not bad. That may be my last warm-up here. I'm not 100% if that's my last warm-up there. Probably isn't. We'll do some more, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Stop simping for the new age empowered feminist women. I don't cook, I don't clean. Then bitch, get the fuck out of here. Then what? You know, if I want that, I don't want you. Simple as that. And the thing is, don't get into an argument or a fight with them. If she says shit like that, it's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I want a woman that cooks and cleans for me. If that's what you want, you go for what you want, right? Like, here's another thing: is like, have a very good, what's the word? Not to-do list, but like, what do you want from your woman or some shit? Like, I have never heard of a single guy ever saying, I want to date a six-figure earning CEO woman. I want to date the CEO of this thing. I want to date a woman that has her own business. I want to date, I don't know what the fuck it is, but like, I've never heard a woman that can take care of me in terms of like money or some shit. These things are stupid. I mean, so all that shit, so go for what you like. I have heard, I want to be with a woman that actually does cook and clean and take care of my home, because I like to be taken care of. I'm more than happy to take care of her financially and everything else. I want someone that can be like a good mother to my children, has a good connection and all that kind of stuff. You know, those kinds of things I have heard of. So be very clear about what you want in life. So if some girl shows up on a dating profile, I don't do dating profiles, but they always show up on the dating profile, feminist, pro-feminist, and like it's always in backswipe. If some girl says that shit in cold approach in front of me, okay, you know, have a good one, I'm out. And I can't tell you. There was this phase when I did pick up like 2 years ago or something. And I made a video about that where I did 450 cold approaches to get my first lay out of those 450 cold approaches. And I had guys telling me, bro, 450 cold approaches, that's insane, bro. That's insane, blah, 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 blah. No, 450 approaches in day game, and I brought 6 girls home to my place. 6 girls from day game, I brought them over to my place, and then I only slept with one of them because I wanted to sleep with her, because all the other ones are either on their fucking phone or said some other stupid shit, or they must have tried to do some money holding shit or some other dumb shit or something. So the point at the end of the day or something always comes down to choose the girl that you want to be with. Do not settle for anyone and everyone. So what was the thing? Oh yeah, stop simping for any woman that comes up in all these new age things. They do not respect you just because you agree with them. Women do not respect you just because you agree with them. Women respect you when you have your own goddamn opinion and you can stand for it. So okay, I'm gonna warm up one more. Okay. So I don't know if I'm pausing now or what, but we'll see, I guess. It's not bad. Yeah, boy. Okay, so that's my last warm up. No, sorry, second last warm up on the squats, hack squats. I'm gonna do one more warm up on the hack squats. What's next? Oh yeah, learn to stay for your own boundaries or some such, and stand tall for your own boundaries or some shit, and be genuine and be open and be honest. Do not. So I'll give you one thing. One of the reasons why my woman respects me so much and therefore wants to quote unquote submit to me and all that kind of shit is because she can trust me. And she can trust me because I do not lie to her. I literally tell her the real truth. White lies are different, but nothing ever serious or some shit. And frankly, sir, a lot of the times I can't even do white lies, which is what gets me into so much trouble. But okay, so when we got into this relationship and shit, from the start, I told her, listen, one of my literal values in life is sex. Like one of my hobbies in life is to have a lot of sex, and one of my goals and purposes in life is to have a lot of sex. You know how guys want to buy 3, 4, 5 different cars, and guys are into cars and shit. Guys are into watches and Rolex watches and shit, and some people are into, I don't know what to say. Different guys are into different hobbies and all that kind of shit. And I was like, yeah, you know what? One of my things is, one of my values, and one of the things I enjoy the most is sex. And so she's like, well, if that's the case, then how do you expect us to work out or something? I was like, no, because sex is different from emotional monogamy and having a relationship. I am not at all, in any way, shape, or form, interested in having another relationship. I don't even, like, one is far more than enough for me because I got to take care of myself. I need a lot of help from my own self. I need to take care of myself. I need to take care of you. And now we, of course, have Z's and stuff. He came after. And then, of course, I have my own family. I am not the guy that can do polyamory or polyfamily or all that other nonsense or even cheating or some shit anymore. I can't do that shit no more, bro. So I am in no way, shape, or form ever going to be down to entertain another relationship with any other woman or some shit. However, I definitely want to have more sex. I want to have more threesomes. I want to fucking go to all these sex clubs and parties and shit and do this and do that and all that kind of stuff. I'd love to see you with another girl, blah, 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 blah. And these videos are on my older channel. Our first threesome, our second threesome, the threesome and spirituality connection. These things have all been on my previous channel. I still have the one guide that I made, how to give your girl mind-numbing orgasms. I still have that guide. I'll put that guide up on Rumble. How to give your girl mind-numbing orgasms. So you know that she trusts me because I have never lied to her about that shit. I've never lied to her about my values and the things that actually matter to me and all that shit. So because I have done that, she can actually trust me in the relationship and shit too. And I'll be the first one to tell you, sometimes it still comes up, oh, you know, she still has doubts and stuff, because just like any other human being on planet Earth, her trust has been broken in the past, just like mine. But we've started the relationship off, and we have regular check-ins where we talk about trust and communication, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, dude, if I'm already getting sex and I already talk about it and I'm already telling you I made these profiles and I do cold approach and all that kind of stuff, I will never lie to you about anything or any of this stuff. Like, we already know this. I would much rather tell you and do it as opposed to keep or hide something from it. So we've had these discussions and stuff before, which is why she knows that she can trust me. So in terms of building a relationship up from the ground up and everything, once again, being genuine and honest and open about what you want, you know, the same communicational skills. The same thing I have to make a guide about how to have good communication and stuff, like such good communication that you can actually, I don't know, like, yeah, do things that would be unheard of, unbelievable, etc., etc. And by the way, we have, of course, had so much sex with the other girls and stuff, and still never, ever, ever once had a single issue in terms of our relationship or something because of any external girl or some shit like that. Ever. That has literally never come up. Ever. So you can do things off the beaten path and everything, but again, learn to hold for your own boundaries and be honest and open and genuine and all that kind of shit. Okay, one last one with the back squats and go from there. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh Jesus. Okay, so we're finally done with every single warm-up. Now we're done with every single warm-up. I still haven't changed the players, but anyways, now we're done with the warm-up. I think my last working weight was, I don't even know what it is, bro. My last working weight was something like, what the fuck is it? I know I'm not here, to be honest, but fuck it, doesn't matter. Because today I'm just doing like RV8 and then leave a lot in the tank and shit like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna do 3 plates. I'll probably do 10 or 12 reps depending on what feels more comfy. I'll try and do 2 sets of 3 sets. We'll see how far we can go there. Oh yeah, so now that I'm done with the warm-ups, now I will use my knee sleeves. These fucking knee sleeves stink like a motherfucker right now. They stink like fuck. And also, now is when I will use my Rogue lifting belt. So, sadly, I think it's breaking, sadly. Really the whole boundary thing, the holding thing, the being genuine and not an honest thing. What else is left? What else am I doing? Fuck this is wine. I completely forgot. Oh man, I still have 3 more, but let's go. Okay, stop simping for the New Age Empowered Feminists. I already did that one. Okay, I'm gonna finish 1 set and I'll come back because I have like 3 more minutes. I'm gonna finish 1 set, I'll be right back. Actually, I can probably show you this. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh yeah, one of the other things that's interesting is I've just restarted just yesterday my BBC 157 and TB 500 recovery protocol. So I wear these shoes with the orthotics because I've had metatarsalgia for like 4 years now. And these shoes really help. And I can still do my training and stuff with them, with the orthotics. But using the BBC 157 and shit has actually helped reduce it from what was left, like 30% down to like 5 to 10%. So I'm really, really, really hoping that with another longer protocol and with more recovery-based stuff in between, I hope it'll make an even bigger difference. I can completely fix it, I hope. Holy fuck. So I don't know if you guys can see this way. It's not like locking properly. Sadly. So I guess I broke it, but I don't know how to fix it. Holy fuck. Okay, let's go. So that was not that difficult, but like I said before, I don't want to go too difficult right now. I'm just trying to go very simple shit. So I'm trying to keep it super simple. More of a warm-up coming back. Holy fuck. Okay. Please don't make the same what I'm about. Okay. Stop taking off on broken women. Stop being this fucking nice guy. Again, some sort of like a pushover or some shit that seems to believe that you should take whatever comes your way or some shit. Stop. If you guys remember that client testimonial that I showed you the other day, I'm not gonna pull it up, bro. It takes so long, but that other client testimonial that I told you about that other day on the podcast with Scotty GLL, where 28-year-old white dude, engineer, bought his own house, bought his own car, not by any stretch a virgin or some shit. Definitely had experience when he was younger, but had a 5-year dry spell. The reason he came to me to change his life, I was like, Ketan, here's my money, change my fucking life, is because 2 of his best friends had just gotten engaged at the age of whatever, 28, 29, 30 something, to these 2 obese land whale women that were carrying so much financial debt that these stupid fucking idiot guys just took upon their head, God knows why. Not attractive looking. I get it, attraction isn't everything, but for me, it definitely matters. Not attractive looking or something either. And we're males, objectively. Yes, we give a fuck how our woman looks. Unless if you're into the opposite thing, I guess. And also, of course, mental health burden about depression and this and this thing. Stop taking up on broken people, broken women, broken friends, broken projects. Okay, it is not your responsibility to fix other people's broken shit. Everybody's life is their own responsibility. When I was 28, 30% body fat, it was my responsibility to come down. When I have alcohol addiction issues right now, it is my issue to fix it. When I was broke, it was my issue to figure out how to make money. When I had social anxiety and I was depressed and I was in incel, it was my job to figure out how to get over social anxiety and do cold approaching. It was my job to do it. There's another clip I have in that video, I think, called Coaching a Black Pill Incel, where I mentioned, I worked with John Sonmez and everything else, and I mentioned, dude, how many times do you think he reaches out to me? And he's like, I don't know. I was like, never, zero, because it is not his responsibility to fix my life. It is my responsibility to fix my life. So when I get stuck or if I'm not doing shit or something, I reach out to him. It's not his responsibility to fix my life. It's not your responsibility to fix some other woman's life. And do not get that confused or something somewhere with respect to love or some shit too. Because, you probably love a woman or some shit. So love yourself first, right? Love yourself first. It's not fair to you either to take up on broken human beings and broken responsibilities. Let people figure their own shit out first. If somebody cannot get over their fucking past, it is not your job and not your responsibility. If there's a woman that always wants to see your fucking phone or some shit, by the way, me and my girl, we never check each other's phones. Even with this thing about having other threesomes with other girls and all these other, I have every dating app installed and my profiles and all of them. She never checks my phone. She never checks my messages. She never checks my Instagram. Never, not even once, never ever. Even though she's had trust issues in the past, because we worked on that and we were like, no, we're gonna move past this shit and this is how we're gonna do it. So it is not your job to fix other broken people or some shit. So be good and be kind to yourself, right? You also only have one life to live. Do not make your life miserable for absolutely no reason, except for some weird principles that don't even matter or some shit. I don't know where these things come from. So do not take up on broken women or some shit. They are not your responsibility. Oh, so we have an example here. Now, let me see if I've got it. Okay, I'm going to do my set. I'll be right back again. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Okay, so the broken thingy. I actually have two examples here. One example is, oh fuck. I have two examples here actually. Imagine, why people take up on this broken responsibility or something? Because they're generally cheaper. Not necessarily financially either, but because they're cheaper in terms of effort that you have to do to go out there and get 10 more dates, which require you to talk to 250 more girls. Because it's cheaper in terms of effort in the short run. So therefore you settle for whatever Tom, Dick, and bitchy you end up seeing. And anyways, what's my point there? Oh yeah, so same thing. Imagine you buy a used PlayStation 5 console or some shit, right? Instead of the Premier $1,300 or something that I paid when I first got it, scalping prices, let's say instead of $1,300, it was $800. I know what the real price is. Let's say instead of $650 was the real price. You ended up getting it for $450. And you're thinking, holy shit, I got 33% off. Except every time you play with this controller, let's say every hour, it gives you a tiny electric shock. It is not fucking fun to play a PlayStation 5 for the rest of your life where every fucking 60 minutes it gives you a fucking tiny shock. The shock doesn't have to be, killing or some shit. It doesn't, it could be 60 minutes. I was going to say actually every 15 minutes. But the point is not how small an issue is. It's that issue was not supposed to be there. That's why you go and buy a brand new piece of item or equipment or some shit, because you don't want any of these stupid shit things. Like if I bought this belt secondhand, it would have had this problematic issue from day one, right? It would have had this issue from day one. But the thing is, I bought a brand new belt and I was able to use it for 3.5, 4 years. If I sell this belt today to somebody, he's going to have an issue with this originally $350 belt that I'll sell for, I don't know, $150 or something because of the leather and all that shit. and he's gonna have a belt that he cannot properly use because it doesn't completely lock. So similarly, do not take up on broken projects and shit for things that really, really, really matter in your life. This isn't something that you don't care about. This is something you really, really deeply care about. This is the person that you're gonna start your family with, probably have kids with, introduce to your family, introduce to your friends, all kinds of shit. So why half-ass this aspect or this project of your wealth? Do not do that. You will regret it. Akaash Singh regrets it. Elon Musk regrets it. That brother has 6 wives. What a retard. 6 wives. Johnny Depp regrets it. Everybody regrets. These are things off the top of my head because I have them in my script. Everybody regrets taking on broken people. Don't do that to yourself. You deserve better than that. So then there's that one. One of my friends, I'm going to make this a smaller one. One of my friends, I don't know why he actually started dating her. I did ask her. By the way, first he brought up the idea of dating her versus, dating my girl or something. And I was like, I don't want to get into your shit, so I don't want to, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm not going to say anything. But he kept asking and he kept asking. And then last time he mentioned something else where this girl asked for something really, really asinine, really stupid. That made no sense. And other more important things. Oh, your mother can't live with us for more than 3 months in a year. Oh, this can't do this, that can't do that. Like big boundary thingies. And I'm like, why did you start dating this woman in the first place? I don't know this. He hasn't said this to me, but my guess would actually be because it was a little bit more easier, convenient, and also she's of a different race that brown guys consider this race to be higher, right? Brown guys consider white skin to be higher. That's just a fucking prehistoric shit. Because they do. This is my guess. Is he settled for her? And these are the rewards that he's reaping. Now, the good part, I guess, for the both of them is clearly they're not working out, and I think it's going to end at some point soon. But it was also so much wasted time and effort and anguish and fighting and all kinds of stupid shit, right? So don't get into this shit, man. I said my examples of the broken woman. Oh, yeah. I fucking adore this song. I adore this song. Okay, I want to finish one more set. I'll be back again. Let's go. Holy fuck. Okay, So I had my own personal experience with the broken woman, but this is probably going to be like that in itself was like a podcast and a half. That was the first girl that I ever dated. And she was bipolar and schizo. And I didn't know the meaning of either one of these words until 5-10 years after, obviously. But she was bipolar and schizo. And I was a 17, 18-year-old good boy, goody two-shoes, mama's boy. No idea was about women or some shit. So she would keep doing things like comparing me to other guys and keep putting me down and never trusted me. She had issues with her own mother, her own family. She thought her own family didn't want her. She was like a depressed, miserable human being in herself. Like herself was a depressed, miserable human being. And I stayed with her in that relationship anywhere from 2 years, 3 years to 5 years. And the reason I say that range, 2 to 5, is because we were together for 2 years. And then after that, it was on, up until the end, until one day it finally kicked in my head, what the fuck are you doing, you retard? Break this off, because you're killing yourself. And then I finally broke it up. And then when I broke it up, she wanted to be with me again. And anyways, so the point is, stop taking up on broken women. That was my example. That's a 90-minute long podcast in itself. I'm not going to go into that right now. Everybody has experience with that. So respect yourself. If some girl comes up and thinks it's okay to fucking compare you to somebody else, cut that shit short right there. Cut that shit short right there. Somebody needs to check their phone every fucking day or some shit. Cut that shit short right there. Respect yourself. Let this person go to therapy and work on their own fucking trust issues, but it's not your responsibility. Okay, learn to have abundance. So, this is the second last point. I want to give you some space because you're right in line with my...
I'm done.
No, this thing stinks so hard, you'll probably pass out. So I was just like, I'm going to do it after, yeah. Okay. I can 100% do more, but I'm not going to do it because it's so heavy. And I don't want to do anything extra this week, so we'll save it there. Okay, so I've been planning through the broken women thing, right? My personal experience with broken women. Oh, learn to have abundance. Goal approach. The abundance mindset thingy is exactly that. It's a mindset. Ooh, you cannot have a mindset like that until you have the thing, or you at least felt the thing at least once. So just to be very clear with that too, if I stop doing cold approach, I lose my social skills. They atrophy. I don't lose them. They atrophy, and then the scarcity will kick back in again until I finally decide I'm done, and then I want to go out and start doing cold approaches. Within 2 days to 3 days of doing 10 approaches each, I come back to like 90% of my original level, and my skills hypertrophy again, because it's not a muscle, it's a skill up here muscle. So you remember, oh shit, I can do all this shit, and then you get abundance again. But you cannot have abundance when you have never felt it and it's not genuine. This is not like affirmations, I am abundant, I am abundant. If you live in a 450 square foot apartment and your paycheck is $1,200, you cannot feel abundant no matter how much you try and tell yourself in your head. You can tell yourself you feel abundant, but you're not gonna feel it. If you're fucking 30% body fat, you can't tell yourself, I'm shredded, I feel aesthetic. You could feel aesthetic for a fat guy, maybe. But you can't tell yourself, I'm shredded. It does not connect. You have to see your abs or at least become far more shredded than before in order for that to actually connect into your mindset. So all of these things come from tangible things. They get into your mindset and then they stay there. These are not affirmations. So abundant. By the way, abundance in everything is different. Financial abundance is different. Abundance around the women thing is entirely different. In terms of your options and stuff, entirely different. I'm trying to think what kind of other abundance could be there. I don't know. But anyways, so learn to have abundance, and you're not going to like this. For those of you guys that, have been looking for every excuse to not go out there into the real world and talk to women, whether day game, night game, social game, this game, whatever game. If you're not going to go out and do that in the real world, you will never have abundance, because clearly online dating apps has the fake idea of abundance where they show you 10,000 profiles, but you will actually only see less than 150, and only 3% of those girls will maybe want to swipe. That's too much. 1% of those girls will want to swipe on you if you use a boost. So you will never feel abundant despite seeing 10,000 profiles. If anything, you're going to feel far more scarce because you're locking yourself behind algorithms and money paywalls to even be able to play the dating game. The dating game online is pay to play to win. And you will never have the same abundance that So here's another thing. You'll not have the same abundance that a woman just feels by default, number one. Number two, I've said this before, when I went to the okay, I'll come back again. This was a whole pickup thingy, right? I'll come back. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'll be right back. I gotta clean my fucking mouth guard. Oh boy. Yeah. What's up, brother? How you doing? Good. Okay. All right. How do we do this? Oh boy. All right. So. Oh yeah. I mentioned this before in I don't know, another podcast or a video or something, but when I went to this pickup boot camp in Vegas, there were other guys who were just supposed to be in my exact situation, right? There were guys that had never done cold approach before. There were guys that had done some cold approach and had experiences like me and results like me. And some guys, a lot of guys had a dry spell for a very long time, 6 months, 9 months, a year, something like that, 2 years maybe even. And there were other guys who had not had dry spells or something. There were these two guys. One guy is now a pickup artist coach. His name is Brandon something, I forget. Brandon. And the other guy was just some millionaire, pseudo-millionaire, young kid millionaire bro, who had started off his own company. He was a millionaire because shareholders had given him $1 million or a couple of $1 million or some shit. And, okay, I'm sorry, 1 second. Okay, so the Broaden guy who had actually done cold approach and had 10 lays from cold approach. And the other pseudo-millionaire kid, really egotistical pricks, had 40 to 50 lays via online dating apps. And they were so different, so fucking different. If peak game or something is here, peak game is here. Brandon was here. Brandon was here. The peak game is here. This guy was here. This guy was here because he had never done cold approach and put himself out there in the real world before. So the guy that had a 40 plus fucking lay count and had actually literally slept with women, 4 times more women than the other guy, did not know how to carry himself in real life. So Yeah, that's the difference between abundance mindset in reality, even with a 10 count versus a 40 count or something. So, anyways, moral of the story is abundance cannot come just because of a mindset. You can't just law of affirmation attraction, affirm yourself. You have to go out and do some shit in the real world. What's nice? What's my last point, bro? I have a last point in here somewhere. Oh, yeah. Broaden your horizons. Actually, the ending point there, once again, with respect to code devotion, this shit was same thing. You're not going to want to do it because you want the fake abundance online because you're too scared to make the approaches outside. I'm just trying to tell you what happens if you do actual code approach versus sit at home swiping on Tinder or some shit. Anyways, what's my point here? Oh, yeah. Broaden your horizons. I mentioned this. Why do I feel like I mentioned this in this exact same position on this exact same machine the last time, too? Sorry, something. Fuck me. Oh, fuck. Ooh. Oh, boy. Okay. My final point, bro. My final point was to broaden your horizons. So please learn to date outside of your race as well, for the love of God. I get it. Most of us, brown guys will want to go with brown girls, and I don't know, Pakistani people want to go with Pakistani, Gujarati will Gujarati. Like now I'm going sub this thing too, right? Indians will go with Indians, white, black will black. Fucking just get out of that theme, that little box, and just go out there and explore a little bit more. Get a couple of, you don't just eat Indian food, right? You don't just eat Indian food. You don't just eat Chinese food. You don't just eat pizzas and burgers and blah, 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 blah. You don't just eat one kind of sweet or some shit. You don't do just one exercise for the bench, for the chest, right? So similarly, why would you not broaden your horizons for the kind of people that you want to meet with? There are lots of different cultures, lots of different backgrounds, with lots of amazing human beings. Of course, part of which are women too. All kinds of different. I've met amazing Asian girls. I've met amazing Latinas. I've met amazing Black girls. And of course, Indian girls too, of course. Muslim girls from so many different backgrounds and shit. Oh, I'm trying to think in my head, but Syrian girls are some fucking amazing girls too. Like so many different backgrounds. Latinas and like Mexican, Spanish, this, that, every kind, every single kind. So simply broaden your horizons. There are so many different cultures out there for you to experience. So many of them are so similar. They're like literally parallel to yours. Same kind of respect for men, same kind of respect for family, have good family values and backgrounds. They love to take care, they love to nurture their men and their families and stuff. They love to be homemakers. Just fucking broaden your horizons. Try different, whatever. Just broaden your horizons. If at the end of it all, you still want to go and date and marry and settle down with the girl from your background or religion or culture or some shit, then fucking do it. But broaden your horizons a little bit. Try different things out. And it might surprise you. It might amaze you or some shit. It might amaze you. There's a reason why my girlfriend is Nigerian. There's like a reason for it, right? After 1,600 plus cold approaches, there's a reason for it. And yes, our cultures are different too. Like our backgrounds and all that kind of stuff is different too. She's religious, Christian, Catholic. I am my own version of whatever I am. So many different things. Food is completely different, etc., etc. TV show culture is completely different. So many different things, but still we're fucking making it work, and we're making it work better than anyone that she's met in the past and I've met in the past, and we both definitely dated within our own local race and all that kind of stuff too. So if you're gonna fit with someone and you're gonna want to make it work with someone, you're gonna want to make it work with someone. And if you don't want to make it work with someone, or if you find someone that doesn't want to make it work with anyone, he or she will destroy it for everyone. So anyways, that was the final one. Broaden your horizons. I love this song too. I don't know what song this is. Hold up. I know it's from Bam Bam from Sister Nancy, but I don't know which one it is. There's like a remix of it for sure. I can't find it. So anyways, that was it. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully, I don't know, gives you a little bit of insight, a little bit of lesson, a little bit of value or something. Is there a book or something that I can recommend? There's Matt Huston's book on how to train your girlfriend. I know that's the question mark sort of title ever. But that book is amazing if you want to learn how to model a relationship. Outside of that, no, the Red Bull is garbage actually at this point. Everybody's writer and everybody's bastardized. I gotta make my own version of it. Yeah, that's all I have. Hopefully that helped. If it did, help me out with a like, comment, share, subscribe. My old channel got deleted, so if you would want to share it around with somebody else or something, that would be fantastic. That would help with my growth quite a bit. If you're interested in coaching or something, you're going to basically have this, what I just did, like 90 minutes or 2 hours of lecturing on different topics that I have some decent amount of experience on, except this is going to be on the problems in your life. That happens bi-weekly. Outside of that, of course, I have 24/5 daily contact with my coaching clients and stuff. But anyways, yeah, that's the stuff. If you want coaching or something, DM me. Cheers, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I wish you the best in life, and I'll see you guys. Peace.